Okay then, Raiders, we are back. We've got loads to go over today, as yesterday there was a hotfix that issued out with regards to the Discord SDK, and we've actually got to make a further statement on it. For those of you guys who don't know what that means, we obviously have to make something aware, because it's not just Arc Raiders that are to blame here. We've also got to talk about the Scrappy bonus and how it doesn't seem to be issuing out correctly, and we have got some big talks as Marathon has now officially launched as of yesterday. The numbers are looking to correlate quite nicely, and we are now looking at what it's doing to Arc Raiders, which is oddly very strange. We're going to take a look and see what it is that's happening today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, GamerSubs, the company that offer esports athletes and gamers alike with the most effective and healthy energy drink option. We've got new bundles dropping all the time, so hit the link in the description, use code CloudPlays at checkout for a cheeky discount. And on top of that, we're giving away some Raider tokens here before the next store update, so make sure you stay tuned to the channel. If you want to get involved with that, it's any coloured love heart down in the comment section below, and it'll enter you in. With that being said, let's see what's going on inside of Arc Raiders today. So starting off, I just want to let you guys know the Arc Raiders team have actually posted out their community highlights for February. This round of them has actually been fairly interesting. They look pretty damn cool, and for those of you guys who are in there, a massive congratulations for becoming a part of the community highlight teams. This is a fun one, and I like the fact that they actually do this inside of the game. There's not many companies anymore that utilize the community's gameplay enough, and I think things like this genuinely go a long way. So go and check that out. Moving on from that, yesterday there was a patch update for a small hotfix which had apparently rectified the issues happening with Discord, where apparently there was a SDK problem, and it's leaked essentially a lot of players' DMs and a lot of players' details in through the game, and apparently that gives some really bad privacy problems. Now, the issue that we've got at hand right now is a lot of people are solely blaming Arc Raiders, although I find it very, very odd, because I don't think that people seem to really understand that Discord has got a really poor SDK anyway, and the security behind Discord is horrendous. If you're actually going to be on there, you are likely that you are probably allowing some information through that you probably shouldn't be for the most part. Now, for those of you guys who don't understand how it worked, the issue only affected players who had their linked accounts through Discord to the game itself. Embark quickly responded, confirming that the Discord SDK has captured more data than intended. So while assuring players that the messages were never really transmitted to external servers or accessed by developers whatsoever, there was obviously a leak in there. They have to say that, but it's not something that has been accessible. So for those of you guys who don't really know too much about the technical side of things, if you had your Discord connected, they did have access to your messages and stuff and some of your personal details, although they've eradicated that and essentially cleared up and patched up the hole that was allowing it through. That's the real easy way around talking about it, as I know a lot of people in my comment section were confused yesterday when I was speaking about that one. Moving on from that, though, there was a Reddit post that managed to go up, and I want to know your guys' 2 cents on this one, because this is a big conversation at the moment with the expedition just running in play. Scrappy's bonus apparently has never worked as advertised. It says right here, "Hey Embark, I know that you're trying to tweak the Scrappy rates. I've seen the shadow changes over the past month or so. However, it's still not working as advertised. Can you explain how it's supposed to work? I was getting 8 of each resource after a max raid last wipe with a 6% bonus. I'm now getting 8 now with a 12% bonus. If the extra 6% isn't being applied to the maximum allocation, it's never being applied. It's advertised as a feature on the expedition that is effectively vaporware. 8 times by 1 is 8, 8 times by 1.06 is 8.48, and 8 times by 1.12 is 8.96. It would be nice to have a bit of transparency on this, because it looks kind of silly, at least to me. Now, there has obviously had quite a lot of partake in it, including raid length and all of that jazz, but it doesn't seem that Scrappy has genuinely been working for the most part in terms of the Scrappy bonus. Now, we do know that later on in the seasons there is going to be a Scrappy update, which I'm going to presume is going to change up the way that Scrappy actually operates, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think that Scrappy is highly underutilized, and although a very cool aspect of the game, I do think that, one, the new user interface that they've got for it is bloody horrendous, and I genuinely do not enjoy it. It needs a full revert to the old Scrappy interface. And then obviously what it is that Scrappy can do, I'd love for him to be able to do more, or at least that's what I would want. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and if you think he could potentially do more. On top of that, this Reddit post here seems to be going viral right now. The reason for that is because mushrooms yet again is becoming the hot topic of all raiders. Why is that? Well, you need mushrooms to level up, Scrappy, and everybody knows that there's a very small amount of places that you can actually get them. Spaceport being probably the primary place, so yeah, everybody's fighting for that small area, for those small amount of mushrooms that you've got access to. It's the only place that it's really guaranteed, so if you do head over there, please do be careful. But yesterday was the launch of Marathon, and this obviously led into a really good question as to whether Arc Raiders would actually be affected. Taking a look at the Steam charts for Marathon, though, we can see that right now the player base is about 30,000 people with a 24-hour peak of 88,000, which on Steam, as a launch goes, is actually horrifying for any game known to man. But we do know full well that Bungie is primarily a console-based played company, and with them having links in with PlayStation, there could be quite a lot more significantly playing over on PlayStation. What we do know is it's not likely to ever breach the numbers of Arc Raiders. It's kind of funny though when we take a look at what it is that we're experiencing inside of Arc Raiders. Some of the people have genuinely gone over there because we're now at 192,000 24-hour peak. Now, that could have been affected by a numerous amount of things. The launch of Marathon itself will obviously have made an impact, and some of the players will have gone over there, but we also had the Discord leak actually come out yesterday, so maybe people have then kind of got their backs up about it then, no idea. But irrelevant to it, Arc Raiders is still sat at a very comfortable 200,000 in a 24-hour concurrent, with over 500,000 nearly being its all-time peak, which is 5 times and some the amount that Marathon's managed to do on launch. Fingers crossed Marathon actually does do okay. We'll have to wait and see, but I don't think it's really anything for Arc Raiders players to worry about. So we can close that door and that chapter. But what we do need inside of Arc right now is some bloody updates, man. We need some content. We need something or other to come through the woodwork, and some way of actually being able to utilize all of this stuff a lot more. I personally really enjoy the game. I just feel like at the moment there's probably a little bit of stagnancy running around it, and things don't generally last long, or at least maybe that's the way that gamers' brains work now. Let me know what you guys are thinking about Arc Raiders right now. Are you still enjoying it? Are you still enjoying it enough to rate it out of 10? Let me know in the comments. And moving in, talking about those comments, we've got to talk about your top comments from the previous video where we spoke about the new hotfix, the connection issues, and the server problems that we experienced yesterday. And my lord, they were horrendous, but they are now officially fixed and everything is good. This top comment right here coming from DJ Angu states... Bungie DDoS attack before Marathon comes out was absolutely hilarious. I will be very, very surprised if that is the case, although I do know that gaming companies can be sometimes that petty. I will just be very surprised if Bungie is on that list of pettiness. It would really blow my mind. This is a funny comment nonetheless, though. This next one right here coming from War Poet states, yeah, I loaded in with 40 Seeker grenades and lost everything after a crash. Nothing in my inbox. Now, obviously, it does take a few days for them to actually rectify that. They do know that that sort of stuff has been happening, and they've got a lot of the logs that they are able to essentially roll back. So fingers crossed you should be able to get those in. If you don't get them in though in the next 24 hours, what I would recommend is probably submitting a ticket. I'd probably do it anyway. Head over to the Discord and go and submit some Scrappy mail so that they at least know that you need to get your stuff back. It's fairly important, my dude. Fairly important. And this next one right here coming from Dr. Pep, great name for the record, fabulous name, states, yes, and I fell through the map on Stella Montis last night. Lol, I was falling for 30 minutes. Now, I've got to ask you a very serious question, my friend, as to why it is that you actually sat on the screen falling through the map for the following 30 minutes. It's a very, very long time to be falling through a map and looking at a glitched screen. I don't know about you, but it's just not a bit of me. I would actually find it hilarious to know that you've sat there and watched that screen for 30 minutes running. Nonetheless, yes, the falling through the map problems do seem to happen more on Stella Montis than anywhere else, but it is a running issue that the game has got right now, alongside numerous others. Anyway, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today. Make sure you stay tuned to the channel, though, as any official news that does come up, we'll be putting it up straight away. Make sure you stay tuned. Thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.